Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rulla Alani. On this channel, we commonly discuss dating, and first dates are definitely a topic of discussion. So I know that first dates can be a very nerve-wracking experience, but the truth is first impressions matter a lot. I actually talked about this in one of my other videos, how important a first impression is. And so in today's video, we are going to talk about some things you should never say on a first date. It's short and sweet, so let's just get right into it. The first thing you should never say on a date is anything about or related to money, especially talking about money in a negative light. So this is using any of the following words, such as too expensive, broke, cheap, debt, any words that have a negative connotation surrounding money. Now, on a first date, money is definitely a topic that should not be discussed. It's definitely something that's a little bit more personal, and it takes time to open up about our certain place in our finances. And so I definitely don't think a first date is the time and place to talk about our income, our salary, our goals, our finances, or any of that. And I myself have actually been asked on a first date, how much do you invest in the stock market? And I just thought it was so intrusive. I mean, he could have asked me like, what percent of your net worth do you invest? Or, you know, what percent do you invest every month? He literally asked me how much money I had in stock. So that's definitely intrusive. Don't do that. Also, if you're talking about being broke or an item or a restaurant being too expensive, then this shows that you don't have a good relationship with money. The last thing you want to do is meet someone and right off the bat have them judge you or stereotype you because you are conveying that you don't have a good relationship with money, that you don't have enough money, or whatever it might entail. So never talk about money, even if it's a good thing. Like never say, I've actually made $1 million this year, or I hit 6 figures this year. It's just really not attractive. It's too personal of a topic. But even more, especially and more importantly, don't bring up negative money topics. Number 2 is anything regarding politics or religion. Now, I'm not really gonna elaborate at all because this is just black and white, it's common sense, but just don't do it. It's not nice to bring that up, not even at a dinner table with family and friends, so definitely don't bring it up on a first date. Number 3 is anything sexual. So don't bring up anything that's overly erotic. Whatever that might look like, we don't need to get into details, but I just think nowadays a lot of people are like just rushing to get into the physical aspects of a relationship, and I think that's definitely a red flag, especially if you're looking for something serious. And if you go on a date and someone is, you know, saying things that are overly sexual, or maybe bringing up topics you don't feel comfortable with, or maybe even trying to go in for a kiss or touch you in a way that's inappropriate, then you definitely know that this person is not right for you. You just keep on pushing. Number 4 is anything about your ex or questions about their ex. So I think a first date is way too soon to talk about exes. I actually don't think you should ever talk about exes, but definitely not on a first date. Number 5 is a little bit tricky, but it's how long they have been single or why they are single. So this one's a little bit not as black and white, because I think it is natural and okay for someone to ask, oh, how long have you been single? If you say it in a way that's overly trying to find out information, or like, oh, you've only been single 2 months. If you're going to judge the person based on how long they've been single, then don't even ask. But if it's an innocent question because you're actually curious about how long they've been single, or maybe when their last relationship was, that's totally fine. But I feel like most people ask this question with a bad intention. Either A, they're trying to figure out if they just became single, they just got out of a relationship, or B, they're trying to figure out why has this person been single so long. Maybe they have some issues, or maybe they have something that's keeping them from finding true love. So I would say just stay away from asking why someone's single. You could ask how long they've been single, but not if you're going to judge them for it. At number 6, now this is to my ladies out there, my ladies in heterosexual relationships. I know that all of my videos focus on heterosexual relationships, and that's because I am straight, so I date men. And I've actually noticed that 100% of my audience is female, so that's why I sometimes will say like ladies or queens or those sorts of words, and I always talk about us dating men. But just, I want you all to know that I am very LGBTQ friendly. I actually have very close friends and even people in my family who are in the LGBT community, and although I don't know enough information about it, I just want you guys all to know that love is love. It doesn't matter if it's for the same sex, it doesn't matter if it's for someone who's trans. Love is love. So I know sometimes I do distinguish women or men or whatever, but just know that these things go for everyone, right? So for number 6, this one is out to my fellow ladies or whoever is the more feminine partner in the relationship, whatever that might look like for you guys. Do not offer to pay. If you're a fellow woman out there, do not offer to pay. Instead, thank them for taking you out. So rather than say, oh, should we go 50-50? And then him saying, okay, and then you feeling like not so nice about having to go 50-50, don't even offer it. I have friends who, out of just friendliness, always offer to split 50-50 and go Dutch on the first date. But then a few dates down the line, they're like, oh my God, I'm so mad I did that. I wish I never offered to go 50-50. I don't really feel comfortable with it. So why would you offer going 50-50 if you're not even comfortable with it, right? Instead, don't even talk about paying or offering to pay. Just say, thank you for taking me out. Because naturally, usually the person who initiates the invite or the date is the one responsible for the bill. And in this case, in a heterosexual relationship between a woman and a man, it should be the man paying the bill. 7 is anything negative. So this includes judgment, criticism, self-pity, shame, any of those things, anything that's not fun and uplifting and empowering. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not just like negating that negative things don't happen, but I think for a first date, it's just really nice for it to be fun and lighthearted and more just like surface level. So I don't think you should get into anything negative on the first date. It's not a good look. And also, I just don't feel like the time is right to share those deeper personal private parts about our life or our past. And so try to refrain from talking about anything negative, whether it be criticism or judgment or gossiping or drama. Just stay away from it, especially on a first date, because you want it to be lighthearted and fun and just really engaging with the other person. So you don't want to say anything that's going to turn them off. And at number 8, we have cuss words. So I actually have a horrible habit. I'm not even going to talk about it, but if you know me, you know that I tend to cuss every now and then. But on a first date, I really do my best to not cuss at all, because first off, I don't like when people cuss. So I don't know why I do it. I'm working on it. I'm trying to cuss less, but it's just, if you don't appreciate or respect when other people cuss, why would you do it, right? It's kind of like treat people how you'd like to be treated. So especially on a first date, I refrain from using cuss words, from anything that I would need to bleep out of a YouTube video, because they're just getting to know you. Especially as a woman, as a female, you want to be in your divine feminine. You want to radiate that energy that's cheerful, that's upbeat. You don't want to use any cuss words that are just really bring your image down. So once again, it's okay if you like cussing with your friends or with your family or here and there in a casual setting, that's completely fine. However, on a first date, you should remain professional and just don't use any words that aren't the nicest. So that's it. This was a really short video, like I promised. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you avoid doing or saying on a first date, and I will see you guys over there in the comments. Bye!